How to stay focused on what matters. Let's talk about it. Hey there, I'm John, and welcome to Real Talk Walks. Today, we're diving into something that's harder now than ever. Staying focused on what matters. You know how it goes. You start the day with a plan, but then you check your phone. You see a text, a headline, a notification. Next thing you know, it's 4 p.m. and you've been busy all day, but don't feel any closer to the stuff that actually matters to you. It's like being stuck on a treadmill that moves fast, but doesn't go anywhere. Distraction isn't just about time, it's about direction. Because staying busy is easy, but staying focused is a skill. Researchers at UC Irvine found that the average worker gets interrupted every 11 minutes, and it takes about 23 minutes to refocus after each interruption. Add that up, and it's no wonder we feel scattered. But here's the truth. Focus isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters on purpose. So here's some steps you can take to focus on what matters the most. Step 1, know what actually matters. It sounds simple, but most of us are so busy doing, we forget why we're doing it. So ask yourself, what do I value? What do I want to move forward? What would make me proud at the end of this week? Now take a second and write down your top 3 priorities in life right now. Not in general, but this season, this month. It could be your health, a creative project, a relationship. Those 3 things, that's your compass. That's what matters. Now let's make sure your energy matches your priorities. Step 2, create a focus filter. Before you say yes to anything new, ask, does this move me closer to my top 3? Does this need to be done by me? Or is this just noise dressed up as urgency? This focus filter works. It keeps you from spending hours on tasks that don't move the needle. Now let me tell you a story about someone who lives this out. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world. You think he says yes to every opportunity, but no. In fact, he once said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Here's a true story. His pilot, Mike Flint, once asked him for advice on setting goals. Buffett told him to write down his top 25 career goals, then circle the top 5. The other 20, Buffett said, avoid them at all costs. Those are your distractions. Even though they matter, they're not the main thing, and they'll just steal your focus. Powerful, right? Not bad things, just not the main thing. So what are your good distractions? They look productive, they feel useful, but they keep you from your core purpose. Let's name them, and then protect our focus like it's gold. Step 3, guard your attention ruthlessly. Attention is your currency. And right now, everybody's trying to spend it. Social media, ads, notification, news, even well-meaning people. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, talks about attention residue we carry after switching between tasks. Every time you jump between apps or tabs, your brain leaves a little bit of focus behind. That's why shallow work feels easy, but deep, meaningful focus feels rare. So do what Newport calls time blocking. Pick 90 minutes. Turn off all distractions. Focus on one thing. He says this, clarity about what matters provides clarity about what does not. Still feel pulled in all directions? Try this. Do a brain dump of every task in your head. Then ask yourself, is this urgent? Is this important? Or is this just a distraction in disguise? Just because it's important doesn't mean it's urgent. And just because it's urgent doesn't mean it's meaningful. Choose what matters, not just what's loud. Now here's another real story that inspires me. Before Oprah Winfrey became a global media powerhouse, she grew up in extreme poverty in rural Mississippi. She was raised by her grandmother. She wore potato sacks as dresses because her family couldn't afford clothes, and endured years of trauma and abuse. By 14, she was sent to live with her father in Nashville. That's where things began to shift. At just 17, she got a job reading the news on a local radio station, eventually working her way into television. But when she landed a co-anchor role at a news station in Baltimore, she was told she wasn't cut out for hard news. Too emotional, too soft-spoken. She was demoted. Most people would have seen it as the end, but Oprah saw something else, a redirection. She leaned into her natural ability to connect with people. She stopped trying to be what others expected and started focusing on the kind of stories and conversations that felt real to her. That pivot toward her own truth is what launched The Oprah Winfrey Show. It became one of the most successful and influential programs in television history. Years later, during her Stanford commencement speech, she said, "Your job is not to figure out what someone else wants you to be. Your job is to figure out who you already are and be it." That's the key. She stopped performing and started aligning. She directed her energy toward what mattered most, not what looked impressive, not what felt safe, but what came from her soul. So ask yourself, what's one thing that matters to you but keeps getting buried? Got it? Step 4. Build a focus ritual. A ritual is different from a routine. A routine is the action. A ritual is the intention behind it. Here's a simple one. In the morning, set one intention, one focus for the day. Then, midday, pause and check. Am I honoring it? In the evening, reflect. What did I make progress on? Keep it simple. Treat it with intention. Do it daily. Because even 1% progress each day creates massive change over time. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So let your system support your focus." Step 5. Let go of perfection. Sometimes we lose focus not because we don't care, but because we care too much. We wait for the perfect time. We wait for motivation. We wait for certainty. But focus doesn't require a perfect plan. It just needs a clear next step. You don't have to do it all. You just have to keep doing what matters. I want you to do something with me right now. Take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold it for 2, and exhale it for 6. Again. Now say out loud, "I'm focusing on what matters to me." Say it again. I'm focusing on what matters to me. Feels grounding, right? Because here's the truth. You don't need more time. You don't need more clarity. You need less noise. You need deeper commitment to what matters to you, not what the world says you should do. You don't need to do everything. You just need to keep doing the right thing. So this week, try this. Name your top 3 priorities. Build one focus block of 90 minutes. Say no to at least one good distraction. And each night, write down, what did I do today that aligned with what matters most? Do this for 7 days. You'll feel clearer, calmer, more aligned. There was a time in my life where I felt like I was grinding constantly, but not moving forward. Until I sat down and asked myself, what do I want my life to be about? Not just my to-do list. Once I knew what mattered, I could finally stop chasing everything that didn't. So wherever you are today, if you're feeling scattered, stretched thin, or just a little lost, just take a moment to pause. Come back to your priorities. Come back to your purpose. Come back to you. Thanks so much for walking with me. If this brought you any clarity or comfort, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next walk.